thanks, Rachel. And thanks to our friends and partners at MRHA for allowing us to demo a service for you today. And our goal, our purpose today is just to let you know about some tools and resources that are out there that can help you um, not only in rural Missouri, but really any place in Missouri with your job opportunities. And we do have a particular niche or focus for underserved and rural, in particular for primary care specialties. So while a lot of what we'll go over today can extend to different specialties and areas, just know that we do have a certain niche in our passion and our purpose and our mission is for rural and underserved. So I'm Joni Addison, as Rachel said. I'm with the Missouri Primary Care Association. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Workforce Development. And I'm joined today by two of my team members that are that make up MPCA's 3-people team. You knew the cues, girls. There's Ashley Yeager. I'm going to let them, if you guys are able, come off and just introduce yourself. It's important that you know these ladies because they are going to be I just get to do the fun and introduce this, and then they take it from here. So you guys go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll keep on rolling.
Yeah, I'm Ashley Yeager with Missouri Primary Care Association. I've been here 10 years. Yay me. And back here behind me is Mariah Cleathermos. And as Jody mentioned, we work alongside of her with this database and are excited to be here and to show you guys a little bit more about it.
And as Ashley, sorry,
There's echo. Go ahead.
As Ashley mentioned, I'm Mariah Cleathermos. I work with Joni and Ashley at the Missouri Primary Care Association, and I have been here about a little over a year now. So, yay! I am the Recruitment and Workforce Development Coordinator.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. I know I put you in a tough spot when you share a space like that with the echo, but thank you for coming off and introducing yourself. And you guys, we kind of joke about this, but it is really, there's some truth to this. You go to Lowe's or Menards or someplace and you see those big boxes that say team lift. They mean you can't lift that box on your own. And we always say team lift, and we really mean it. Ashley and Mariah are the day-to-day face of MHPPS, and Ashley serves as our kind of main team coordinator and lead for MHPPS. So with this service, if it's something that you're interested in, the follow-up will most likely be with Ashley and Mariah to set up your demo and your account and move forward. So I like to throw that in on the front because I usually get busy talking about other things and forget to mention the most important piece of how to follow up with us. So I'm going to share my screen here. We're really not going to do a PowerPoint. I'm just going to walk you through the website and then turn it over to Ashley in a little bit. She's going to walk you through what the database looks like. The whole intent of Missouri Health Professional Placement Services, as we said, this is a program that's located within the Primary Care Association. This program is available for anybody in Missouri that wants to post their health opportunities. As mentioned before, you'll see some of the tools and resources we have are particular to rural and underserved areas. But really, the purpose is to enhance and advance workforce throughout all of Missouri. And we know the vacancies are so wide and the workforce needs are so great that many months ago, we took the effort to increase capacity of our program and to bring it to anybody that wanted to participate in it. Again, for the overall good of Missouri. But so as you go for this, as far as we know, if there's anyone else out there, we haven't ran across them yet in all of our networking, but as far as we know, we are the only nonprofit recruitment and workforce development program of our kind across the state. And again, we're devoted solely to rural and underserved areas to promote opportunities, to promote resources for employers, to promote the idea of financial incentive programs, and to make it possible for health professionals to find jobs in Missouri. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the partners and reach that we have. But if you come to our website, mhpps.org, this is what you'll see. A few different things to go over from different perspectives. So the perspective we're going to go over right now is from what we call a job seeker or a candidate, could be a health professional student, someone that's interested in working in Missouri. So some tools that they find of interest, we always talk about the careers that count. They can search our job database. I'll show you that here in a few moments. a big piece of what we do is provide training, I wouldn't say training, but a lot of technical assistance around financial incentive programs such as loan repayment and loan forgiveness. By nature of what we do, a lot of the opportunities that we post qualify, in particular, the primary care jobs qualify for loan repayment, either through state loan repayment. Those are the programs through Department of Health and Senior Services, Office of Rural Health and Primary Care. Or you may be familiar with programs like the National Health Service Corps. And what everybody may not know is the wide variety of programs that are out there. So a couple ways for this to happen. You can come here as a student, or if you're a resident, or if you're already in practice, you can click any of these things. And this is an interactive tool if you're a student, what type of student that you are, and it would bring down a drop-down menu of opportunities that are available for you. And you can have access to it. Same for if you're a resident or if you're in practice. But the most use is our interactive guide to all of these programs brought together in what we hope is an understandable format to look at for students. Here's the opportunities of the programs for residents. We only have one at this point. There's even stuff here for faculty and all the different programs for in practice. So the good news about this is there's more programs available than many years previous. But where it gets confusing is imagine us going to all these exhibits and all these vending opportunities and having all these different sheets of paper laid out on our table. We got confused. The student got, the resident, the audience got confused. And so we recognized early on, instead of loading people up with all these, there's awesome fact sheets from all these programs that are out there. And these QR codes will take you to that to learn more. But really, if you're a nursing student, you really want to know what's available for you. If you are a pediatric physician in an underserved area that qualifies for loan repayment, you really want to know what's available for you. So we try to categorize it in that way. We also have information here. There's programs out there, or one program out there that if all things considered, you don't qualify for any of these. If you're working for a nonprofit employer, maybe you're a CFO, or maybe you're a lab tech, or you could even be a subspecialty physician and you're working for an employer that qualifies, you may want to check to the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. We go to a lot of health professional training programs, so we would just be amiss if we didn't throw in the faculty loan repayment and nursing faculty loan repayment programs as well. So here's just a handy little resource. We have this available in print. If you would like copies of these, you can drop it in chat or you can follow up with us afterwards. The really nice thing about this format is we do have some space here on the back. These programs keep growing and we keep finding more information that's helpful to our audiences. So more than likely you'll see us in the near future making some changes here. So I'm going to go back here to our website. We wanted to make you available that's out there. There's also ways they find us, like how our program works. Why would they want to choose Missouri? And Mariah's done a great job of highlighting all the different regions of Missouri and putting some tourist information out there. But it's really cut and dried to search the jobs. You can see they just, usually we want them to log in. And if you do any type of tracking of people, you know the importance of having someone log in so we can have some information. They can see our jobs without logging in. But if they want the nitty gritty fun details, they're going to have to log in. So here's what it looks like. I'm not logged in. I'm just going to type in dentist just because that's toward the top here. So you can see if we do a general dentist search in Missouri, they're going to come up. And you can see over here what's to the left on my screen, all the cities where we have general dentist opportunities posted. And they can scroll through and they'll see what we call a blinded version of this. If they really want to know more about these opportunities in terms of contact information, how to get a hold of us, how to get a hold of the sites, they have to register. Again, no cost to that. So that's kind of what it's like from a candidate's view. This is also important to know if you decide to post jobs with us, you want to know what it's going to look like for someone that's going to see it. And so you want to complete your detail as much as possible. Again, this is general contact information. Right now, it's just going to take them to us. And if they're interested in any state contacts for maybe J1 visa waiver, that's there. So they can always reach out and say, before I register, what is this all about? But we do have a lot of candidates, especially in today's age. It's pretty common that people are expected to register and get access to something. But when we talk about candidates, the way this program works, we have job opportunities out there. We actually use our database links to the 3RNet, which is our main partner with our database. That stands for the Rural Recruitment and Retention Network. I hope you've heard of the 3RNet. If not, this is a great introduction to them. They have a nationwide and even some U.S. territories database. And we all work together, keeping our states up to date on job postings. And collectively, it helps all of us. We don't have to have our own databases. We do pay annual fees to 3RNet to use it and to be the member, but it's pretty nominal fees considering everything that we get for it. A really big bonus to all of the states working together using 3RNet is the search engine optimization. Not only is it highly effective, it's very user-friendly for the candidates. They don't have to go to 50 different states and register 50 different times. They register one time and they indicate the states or states that they're interested in. And then that allows them to get information on those states. If you know a little bit about how job acquisition works and how recruiting works, it's pretty common that professionals such as physicians, dentists, nurse practitioners, it's not uncommon for them to maybe consider more than one location. It's also very common that we have people from Missouri wanting to be in Missouri, or maybe people training in another state wanting to come back to Missouri. So this is a user-friendly interface. They can go on there and they can select Missouri, they can select any state really, and be made aware of the opportunities. On the back side, all the fun magic that's happening is we're all getting our programs seen more with the way the fun Google analytics works. That there are people that understand that. Our team doesn't quite understand that, but we don't have to be masters in that. We just need to use the database and other people use it and it helps us all is the takeaway from that. So there's really strength in numbers when we use 3RNet. It helps us keep, as we'll talk about later, it helps us keep our program costs down, then filtering that on to you guys at the user end. So it's a little bit of angle from the health professional. And I think that's always important to bring that to light. When we think about how people look for jobs, we think about the clicks taken, that keeps getting shorter and shorter. I share a story. When I first started doing this, they would say the standard was, hey, if you don't get to where you need to be in 5 clicks, you're going to lose them. That has gone by the wayside. Think about how you use the internet. And when you're looking for information, if you've got to click more, myself, it's 2 or 3 times. Younger generations, it's 1 or 2 times. If they can't find what they need in that minimal amount of time, they're going to go back to the search engine and go somewhere else. And so hopefully having them click our site and click jobs, or they go to the 3RNet. They can also find us if they go to 3rnet.org, click Missouri, we're there. So we're trying to keep what people need to find within a couple of clicks. There are times for employers when it gets a little bit click heavy, but we know those folks, if you're at that point, we've got you and you're interested in working with us. And so you may click 3 times. So that's just a little friendly advice looking at your own job postings, where you put how you post on your website. We find many times when we do website assessments and some of the services that we provide, jobs are buried and people can't find your jobs. And so those are just things to keep in mind with looking at your own assessment and where you're posting and how you're posting. If people aren't finding you quickly, they're gone. And that's not to be negative Nancy or a naysayer. That's the reality of the virtual world that we're in. There's also a short little video down here. And again, here we are if you ever need to come back and contact us. So from the employer standpoint, let's get to why we're here today. So we have a list here of everybody that we partner with so far. We hope that if you're interested, we can add your organization on here. Maybe you see your organization and we can let you know who we work with there. But this is, again, a way for people that visit our websites to be connected to you. A lot of websites don't want to lose people. They want to keep them. We want that. But again, our goal is to place people in Missouri. So all of these websites will link away from our website. So a candidate, we take a chance there. We take a chance of someone hitting our site, leaving and going to maybe Sullivan County Memorial. While we want them to hit our site, we want them to hit yours too. So we're trying to have good faith that if someone wants to partner with us, they can come in and we do take a slight chance they're going to leave us, but for the most part, we want to promote Missouri and we want to promote all of our partners. So we'd be happy to add your information here. Mariah is our main lead for getting you kind of taken care of with your partnerships and getting everything lined up there. This is really wordy. We hope this changes in the upcoming months as we do some rework to our site. But we also want to be very transparent with the expectations of what we can help you with and what we can provide. We also always say, if you've heard us present before, that we aren't naive in thinking that we solve every job posting in Missouri. That's our kind of pie in the sky wishful dream. What we really want to be is to come alongside you and to help you with what you're already doing. Maybe we can enhance some things. Maybe we can provide another way for you to be seen on the internet. Maybe there's some tools and resources that you could pick up. We also kind of cliche say we aren't your whole tool belt, but we do have some tools that we think would be beneficial for you to keep in your pocket and work with along the way. So the biggest thing when you are working if you decide to partner and you're working your leads, is the expectation that we are highly sourcing our kind of our niche, and where we shine well is for sourcing. And again, that's going out, trying to find the leads, find the candidates. Once we get them, guiding them to you, and then you kind of doing the soft toss or the soft handoff with you taking the leads and working the leads. We are not a headhunting firm. We are not a recruitment firm in the sense of doing every step of the hiring. We aren't there. We really don't have the capacity with a staff of 3 to do that. So we generate the leads. We have the candidates. By nature of what we do, we get to know a lot of these candidates and we work with them just because we see them at events and we've gained their trust. We've worked at them. We've ran into them at their training program, and we can guide them through. And if they say, we kind of want Central Missouri, we're not going to sell them Kansas City or St. Louis, so to speak. When I say sell, quote unquote, we don't have charges. I'll get to that later though. But we're not going to say, oh, you want, Columbia, Missouri, or 45 minutes within Columbia, or you want Ava, Missouri, or an hour within Ava. So we're not going to go outside of what they want, because we know long-term, that's probably not going to be a good fit. Sorry, someone is at my door. Hang on. You may have to take over for a few minutes, Ashley. I'm sorry. The dogs are going to bark. Just kind of talk about if you want to jump into the database, then I'll backfill.
Absolutely.
Stop screen sharing.
Yep, I will share my screen, and give me just 1 second to get the website up and going. Up here. Let me know when you all see my screen. Do you see 3RNet website that's generating right now? Am I talking? Oh, I'm mute. Am I mute?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, so yes, the website, this is the home website for 3RNet. As Joni mentioned, it stands for Rural Recruitment and Retention. Up here in the right-hand corner, there's a login. For purposes of today, we're going to go in as a demo clinic. This will just prompt us to change our password that is for other users whenever they are in for their official login. Employer welcome, 3RNet dashboard. This will be your main dashboard for whenever we post opportunities. The opportunities will generate here. My internet is moving just a little slow. I apologize, guys. It's thinking. But yes, so while this thinks about loading for us, perfect. Okay, opportunities. I will show you all how to post an opportunity here in a few moments, but Up here, I want to look at the referral tabs. As Joni mentioned, they come in automatically every Tuesday. 3RNet automatically sends out candidates that have shown interest in Missouri, or specifically the opportunity that you have posted. It'll come in a little differently. Nonetheless, you'll get an email. You'll also get an email from myself and Mariah, just checking in, because these candidates are also going to numerous other organizations, especially if they haven't given us a geographic preference. And as Joni mentioned, that's very important to us to make sure that we kind of keep that at the forefront. But if they are saying they're interested in all of Missouri, I mean, that's great for everyone. But thing about referrals, they expire every 7 days. So if you log in on that 8th day, they will be gone. So it's just a great practice to, we encourage people to log in 5-10 minutes, even 5 minutes a day, just to see what's out there. So referrals are every Tuesday. However, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we get a referral of a hot lead, a candidate wants that opportunity. We will email you in real time, so you won't have to wait for that following week, that following Tuesday. So that's exciting there. R4R Resource Center, 3RNet, we partner with them on several programs and everything that we've done with them. But these are clickable links that you are downloadable links of some recruitment tools that comes with partnering with MHPPS. Once again, it's free to you all. Network coordinators, Joni is our fearless leader. She will more than likely direct you back to myself or Mariah, but she's also in the loop as well. Rural health and primary care office, they are in between people, so we have not put a specific person, but if you do reach out to them, they will more than likely push you back to us. We contract with them to assist with the recruitment. So we also work with community health centers, rural health clinics, and critical access hospitals across the state. Help Center, that's just a little bit more about 3RNet. I'll have you all later on, if you do have time, look through that. So there is that. I am now going to go to Post Center Opportunities. If no one had any questions over the tab section, I'll pause just for a few seconds. All right, over here on the left, there's job opportunities. We're going to add new opportunity. One thing you'll notice as we go through this, how user-friendly this is. I have been here 10 years, and this is our third database, my third database. I'm sure Joni's had more. But by far the most user-friendly. We have little to no complaints about accessibility. It's just a matter of logging in each week just to get those referrals. Professions, you can post as many opportunities as you want at one time. And it can be all the way from front-end staff or even janitorial staff, all the way up to C-suite provider level. Joni did a dentist earlier. I'm going to piggyback off of that. We'll do peds, and we'll do regular, and general, and we'll do a hygienist. Perfect. Over here, we will have drop down function here. One thing I want to highlight this, if it's a job opportunity, there's employment, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of what that is. Training, rotation, internship, and job shadowing is something that 3RNet just recently rolled out to where those who partner with us, if they have any trainings, rotations, internships, job shadowing, they are able to post here. And it will be accessible to all 3RNet candidates if they show interest in Missouri. So that's a fun feature that we just got rolled out. City, state, all of this will prompt you. It's like a credit card. If you get the wrong number, it'll come back with an asterisk. So if there is something that needs to be filled in, it will politely let you know that you gotta go back and fill things in. Job details always required to be filled out. HIPSA, I'm sure most, if not all, are familiar with HIPSAs on the call today, health professional shortage area. A great resource link here. It will take you directly to the HIPSA website, or excuse me, HRSA website for you to break down by state and county how to look up your HIPSA score. We'll do all drain, we'll just do primary care, and it'll generate this list. And you'll find that organization on there. So that's a great quick link. Also, if you ever need any help with finding your HIPSA score or figuring it out, Joni, myself, Mariah are a great resource in getting you connected to get that sorted out. Community type, drop-down feature, whichever applies to your community, same with population. Service population, the same. Employer type, you will go through and there's a variety of different opportunity or program listings there. Let's go with community, not mental health. Health center. Employment type, full-time, or whichever applies there. These are clickable, so if they are something that your our site offers, feel free to click those. Save and add detail. When you go in to create your provider, what am I trying to say? The profile for your organization, employer profile, sorry. You'll fill out this one time and one time only. So each time you go into post an opportunity, this will already be filled out. But just for today, we'll have to fill out just a little bit of it. These are not required, work schedule, but once again, more information is great out there. However you see fit. Designation type, if it applies, again, not required. Internal code, nothing that has to be on your end. Facebook, the social media thing is super great. This is something Mariah and I try to let everyone that new, old partners to do, because it will link all of these platforms together. So when you log into 3RNet and you update this opportunity or post a new opportunity, having those extra platforms, I feel most would feel would be better, or just a higher audience reach. Contact information right now with how the database is, it is limited to one master contact. So we do a lot of our organizations just share login. The only issue with that is if someone changes the password, but it's a simple reset. But typically it's just under one login. However, we do work with other partners that other larger health systems that just need their own. So that's also an option. But this is the contact here will be the individual that receives those auto referrals every Tuesday, and any other emails related to 3RNet candidate movement. And selling points, there are some great, interesting things there. We'll select that. And community detail will auto-populate once again at that employer profile setup. Compensation benefits, fill in as you wish. Save changes, and it'll kick us back out to the dashboard to show us the 3 opportunities we just posted. And all 3 are there. Action. I use this feature a lot. It's just allows you to copy and paste a lot. Sometimes the HIPSA scores will be different, varying, if there's different, if it's primary care, mental health, or dentist. Edit feature that will just edit that specific opportunity. Shared social media. View on website. Joni had just previously showed you what it looks like if you are a candidate that has not logged in, but as she mentioned too, once you create that free profile, it will allow you access to the full detail of the job. Report placement. This is a super important function for us. We are sustainable for a few different reasons, but one big reason is our partnership with Division of Health and Senior Services and the Primary Care and Rural Health Office. We have a contract with them, and they love to have data to support our rural recruitment efforts in Missouri. So if we ever do reach out, it's not to ever charge you. It is just mainly to make sure we have all of our T's and I's dotted too, and to report that data. So deactivate, that is also, if you go in there and you deactivate an opportunity, you'll receive an email from myself or Mariah just saying, hey, just want to follow up. It will prompt a brief questionnaire, filled, not filled. If it is filled, I know that looks a little intimidating. However, candidate name is super important in the source. Regardless of where it came from, again, this is a free service. It has not always been that way. This is just a recent, we reevaluated the program, and moving forward, we're able to offer this at no cost. So, which is very exciting. From there, Joni, did you have any questions? I can briefly show them this 3RNet Plus tool. This is something, and this is not infomercially, this is just information that I want to put out there. Everything I showed you today is free. You need assistance with posting, candidate movement. Mariah and I are here, and Joni from the jump. However, if you want your own database that you can track your own candidates, and it just puts everything in one location for you. It's this 3RNet Plus tool. It's $750 annually, and that allows you, website connectivity, which is great. Feature jobs on 3rnet.org. But that's just something that if you wanted to take back to your leaders and see. But again, don't want to turn that into an infomercial. I just wanted that information out there. And you can do with it what you will.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Sorry to put you on the spot so soon with that.
No.
Was not able to anticipate. That's the way it works, right? So thank you.
Was it Ed McMahon?
Well, that's just it. I'm still on. I don't have to end early. I did not win this round. So keep on trucking. Yes, as Ashley said, thanks for covering so much of this. That's fast and furious. We promise if this is something you're interested in, it's very user-friendly. A lot of those fields are there. There's some that are required, many are not required. The whole idea is you can make your profile as comprehensive as you want, or you can fill it in, I would say, as skeleton as you would like also. But keep in mind, the more information people have, if they're truly interested and they're diving in, they've clicked on your job and they've clicked in your area, at that time, they're willing to do a few more clicks because they're truly interested in something. Again, think about when you're looking for something, if you're onto what you're needing, you're okay with learn more and going a little deeper because that's where you was needing to be. So the idea of having a comprehensive profile out there, the cool thing is some of that stuff, like Ashley said, you get it out there, you can post similar and copy and paste, and then just change what's crucial about the new opportunity that you're wanting to post. So all of your history of your organization or a little bit about the organization, all of that can stay the same. It can post similar things that would change, maybe a little bit about the job, the title, that type of fun stuff. But Ashley touched on, so when you see all those fields, you're like, oh gosh, just remember, it's kind of up to you, to your liking, to how much information you want to put out there. But Ashley talked about what it looks like to partner with us. If you were a partner of MHPPS years ago, prior to, I think it was like last April or so, not too long ago, late winter, early spring, We did have nominal, even at that time, we had fees, but it was nominal. It used to cost a yearly program to post your jobs. And then if there was a placement of certain types of professionals, it would be a charge, a low, very low placement charge. Our highest charges were $2,500. So even when we did costs, it was pretty low. Looking at some other revenue streams that we are trying to diversify, offer some a la carte services that we plan to implement later on. And it just, even though we didn't really have barriers to people participating with us, we have really good participation. It just, we know in the back of our mind what we know about the state of job openings for healthcare in Missouri. We just didn't want anything to stand in the way of anybody being able to post a job, basically, and any candidate looking. We never have charged fees for candidates, but so we took all the fees away. So everything we talked about today is free. And again, it's not an infomercial, but we want to be very upfront about that. You can access this database working through Ashley and Mariah. You can get a login. You can post your jobs, any position that you want for no charge. You get candidate referrals. It's up to you to follow up with the lead. You can work it, email. Keep in mind, it's not just our program, but a lot of programs can be hot leads or they can be cold leads. You can get someone's information and all of a sudden you'll be talking and they ghost you and you never hear from them again, or they'll keep engaging with you and maybe lead to an interview or learning more about them and what you're looking for. So keep all of that in mind. Nothing is really different. That's just the nature of how people are looking for jobs these days. That's really not particular to our program or not. We do have a niche in that we tend to have altruistic candidates that are looking particularly for rural and underserved areas. So that by itself has been very fruitful for our programs. Um, Ashley also talked a lot about the reporting. We give data back to the Department of Health, the money that they use to give us for our contract to run this program. Um, doesn't cover everything. The NPCA covers the rest. And then sometimes we offer trainings and technical assistance. And we have some, like I said, some a la carte services there that come in to fund what we do. But in order to keep that going, the Department of Health has a certain set of parameters and information that they want. So we give them information like how many jobs, how many website views, the number of candidates that we referred, the number of candidates that maybe found a job through us. We also tell them the number of jobs that were filled, whether it was us as a source or not. Because if we're listed out there, sometimes it's hard to know where candidates come from. It's not to say, give us your data because we want to charge you for it. It's to say, let us know that so we can clearly communicate that back to the Department of Health. So hopefully we can keep those relationships and dollars coming so it remains free for everybody. Ashley went over the 3R Net Plus. We had a lot of feedback about, and collectively across the nation about, we have a hard time tracking. We have this long, huge spreadsheet that we use. Some people say that's very effective. Some HR and recruiters found that to be a little cumbersome. So 3RNet implemented the 3RNet Plus to give you kind of a format to kind of track your candidates. Again, that does come with a fee. That's up to you individually to have that subscription. It's not coming, the money isn't coming to us. It's not going to the state. That goes directly to 3RNet. So they can just offer another tool for you. So that's the only thing right now that has a fee for this. There's sometimes we have, along with MRHA, sometimes we have conferences or meetings, and you may see registration fees for those events, but you can post jobs, be another tool in your toolbox, and get the candidates in hopes that it does help all of us kind of keep rowing in the same direction of what we're looking for. Keep in mind, Ashley talked about that training opportunity field early on in her presentation or in her discussion. That's where you would post shadowing or clinical rotations or internships if you also work with health professionals and you're trying to promote and have preceptors available to work with those individuals. So those are some of the highlights with MHPPS. We're always looking for more partners. We're always looking for ways to get more jobs before people in Missouri to help with that. And then we're always open to, if you have other ideas of maybe gaps that are in your services or areas that you're looking to enhance, if it's something that we can help with, please let us know. I think with that, we want to make sure we answer questions. Mariah, if we don't have, actually, we'll take questions. Then Mariah's going to talk a few minutes about what it looks like for the next steps with partnering with us. We do have kind of a data sharing agreement, for lack of better words, just to say, here's what we do, here's what we ask you do. And it's done through an MOA. And Mariah can describe what that looks like. And then from there, if you're interested, they follow up with you individually.
Yeah, so we have, all right, hold on one second. Can you hear me? Perfect. So we have an MOU that we just ask that our partners sign before they get or before they start posting on the 3RNet database. So typically, if we have someone who would like to partner with us, I will like be in contact with you on setting up like a demonstration if needed. Like obviously, you guys got one today, but we can go over it again if need be. But if you're interested in partnering with us, I will send over an MOU. Usually, whoever is in charge of like the 3RNet database or their recruiting, we like them to read it so that way they're kind of on the same page of what we ask and like reporting and placements and all of that. Um, I'm trying to get it pulled up so I can see kind of or kind of go over a few of the things that it highlights. But once we have that signed and returned, then you have access to start posting on 3RNet. So that's typically the process of how that goes. It's really easy, pretty uh, streamlined, but with there being no fees like for the partnership or anything, usually it does not need to necessarily be signed by the CEO as like the previous contract that we had in place with our partners were. So like your head of HR, your head of recruiting, or whoever typically signs your documents is able to sign this MOU for your organization. But as far as the MOU in that process, that's how that goes. And the MOU kind of outlines the benefits that are included with MHPPS and your responsibilities of being like a participant in the partnership. Um, Joni, would you like me to share my screen and show this or kind of just
Um,
highlight a few of the things?
Yeah, I think you did a nice job of that. We don't have to see it. Thank you, though. It just says the idea is it's pretty common. Hey, you can't take our information and sell it to people. You can't
Oh,
take our information and give it
can
to
you hear me?
profit recruitment firms, those types of things. So I
Oh,
don't know. Oops, can you not hear me, Mariah?
I can't hear
Sorry.
anything either.
Oh, can you hear me, Rachel? Thumbs
I
up.
can hear you both.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So yeah. So the whole point is follow up. It's not to have an intensive big. We did have a big long contract before, but we were able to work with legal and kind of communicate where we're wanting to um, be a little more open and user friendly and accessible. And so we've come up with the idea of the MOU. It's pretty straightforward. It's not a lot of jargon or lingo. It just is. Here's what we're going to do. Sorry guys, you can't have any inappropriate postings out there, all that. We're pretty boring like that. So all that fun stuff. Just key takeaways is why we think it may be valuable is when you think about a candidate trying to access your jobs, they can come through 3RNet, they can come through our website, and they can also be referred directly from Ashley. And so it's kind of three ways candidates can be before you. You will notice that in that scenario, you'll get three different pops. Like you'll get it weekly on Talent Tuesday, like Ashley said. You'll get it directly from the candidate, and you can get it directly from our program, mainly Ashley. She's our lead for the referrals. So you may see someone coming in there three times. If that's the case, what that way to interpret that is, wow, not only do we have someone that's just logged in, every Tuesday, you're going to get people that have logged in and have expressed Missouri as an interest. But if you get someone that's coming in every Tuesday versus they refer themselves and then also Ashley sends them, that's an indicator of maybe someone that's literally intense in the database looking for stuff in Missouri. So whether they're 5 years out of training or whether they're 5 weeks away from wanting to work or whether they're in practice now wanting to make a change, some of those things to keep in mind is when you're getting those referrals often, it's not to drive you bonkers. Just from that alone, you can kind of tell, gosh, Mariah's popped up 3 times already. She must really be out there looking for a job. So if I'm super busy and I have a lot going on, that may be an indicator to follow up with those candidates first. We know a lot of you are wearing many hats. You're probably the HR, you're probably talent, or you're probably maybe a clinical lead, or I don't even know, but you're wearing a lot of hats and you're doing a lot of things. Recruitment just probably happens to be one of them. So if you're prioritizing how to get a hold of people, that could be an option too, to think about how many times this candidate is being before you as well. So just a little tip from the user side of things until you get used to the database and fully understand what all that means. We just like to bring that out. So anything else, Ashley and Mariah, that you can think of to highlight? Obviously, we're passionate, so bear with us.
No, just reemphasizing we're here if you need us and whatever capacity you need us in. Always happy to help and always available to help. So feel free to reach out, myself and Mariah, and we can get something set up if you have other staff that you are thinking about brainstorming right now currently of who would be well suited.